Are you feeling like you're constantly hitting a wall trying to find those real A-player sales reps?
Yeah, it's a common frustration.
You're definitely not alone. Actually, studies show something like, what, over 60% of companies, they report major challenges recruiting top sales talent.
That high. Wow.
Yeah. So, welcome to the deep dive. We're here to unpack the, crucial knowledge you need to overcome hurdles like that.
Get some strategies.
Exactly. And today we're diving deep into insights from the sales experts, specifically how to define and then successfully fill those, let's call them, hard to recruit sales roles.
The ones that keep you up at night.
Right. All to ultimately drive your sales success. So our mission today, pretty simple. Arm you, our listeners, with actionable strategies. We want you to land the talent that will actually make a difference.
It's interesting, though, isn't it, that whole idea of a role being hard to recruit. Often it points back to something internal. Well, the article from the Sales Experts really hits home that the first most vital step, it's getting absolute clarity on what's essential for the role.
Okay.
We're not just talking a vague need a salesperson kind of brief. It's about specifics. What education level, exactly which industry experience, maybe certain certifications, technical skills too, and those, critical soft skills, the interpersonal stuff. What's truly non-negotiable.
Okay, let's dig into that because the sales experts really push for getting incredibly specific, don't they?
They do.
It's not enough to just say, needs SaaS experience. That's too broad.
Right.
You need to be asking, okay, what segment of SaaS? What's the typical average deal size? What kind of sales cycle length have they, navigated successfully?
Exactly. And it's not just creating your internal wish list either. The article really underscores you have to do the market research.
Yeah.
Are candidates with that super specific profile even, out there in decent numbers?
Or are we chasing a purple squirrel, as they say?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And look, if that initial scan shows maybe a shallow talent pool for what you think you need,
Then what?
the sales experts suggest turning the lens inward. First off, what's the perception of your company out there? Your reputation?
Employer brand.
Is it attracting people or, frankly, repelling the top tier? Because today, with everything online, a poor employer brand can definitely make recruitment harder.
That's a huge point. People talk. And in a tight market, that chatter, well, it matters.
It really does.
And then, let's be honest, the money, compensation, and benefits.
Can't avoid it.
The article from the sales experts, they don't pull any punches here, right? You've got a benchmark. Against industry standards.
You have to.
Are you offering something compelling enough to genuinely attract the caliber of person you want? Or are competitors just, outbidding you?
And that leads to a tough question for a lot of companies.
Yeah.
Are we honestly looking at our total rewards, salary, benefits, the whole package, against what top performers expect? The sales experts also make a smart point about tapping external expertise.
Like recruiters.
Yeah, specialist recruiters or maybe seasoned industry advisors. They can give you that real-time pulse on the talent landscape, help you calibrate your expectations.
Okay, so we've kind of dissected what makes a role hard to recruit. Now let's pivot. What practical strategies do the sales experts offer for actually filling these tricky positions?
Well, first off, they hammer home the power of a really well-crafted job description.
Not just a list of duties.
No, it's strategic, using the right language, the right keywords that your ideal candidates are actually, searching for online.
Okay, interesting. So the description itself acts as a filter.
Exactly. A filter and a beacon. It needs to accurately show those essentials we talked about, but also be compelling. Cut through the noise.
Makes sense.
And they also highlight something often underused. Your own network.
Internal referrals.
Your current team, yeah. But also your broader industry contacts. These connections can be a, surprisingly rich source of great referrals. Often the best people aren't even looking actively.
Right, they're passive candidates. And referrals from employees, they carry a lot of weight, don't they? Your team is basically vouching for them.
Huge weight. And building on that, the sales experts also push for using specialized recruitment partners.
You mentioned recruiters earlier, like headhunters.
Exactly. Executive search firms, headhunters who are really deep in your specific sales niche. They often have access to those passive candidates we just mentioned.
The ones who aren't on LinkedIn job boards every day.
Precisely. These specialists, they usually have deep industry knowledge, established relationships. They get the nuances.
And can maybe spot someone who's not just skilled, but also a good cultural fit.
That's a big part of it. And sorry to sound like a broken record, but compensation again.
It keeps coming up.
The sales experts underscore it. A competitive total package is non-negotiable for top sales talent. Base salary, yes, but also attractive benefits, bonus potential, growth opportunities.
Okay, here's a point from the sales experts that made me think. Considering training and development.
Ah, the grow your own approach.
Sort of. If you find someone with amazing potential, but maybe a slight gap in one area, providing targeted training could be a really smart long-term move.
Instead of holding out for the perfect, maybe non-existent candidate. Yeah, that makes sense. And of course, they mentioned social media, LinkedIn, obviously, for amplifying your reach.
Can't ignore that these days.
But there's a word of caution, too, about patience.
Oh, yeah.
While you obviously want to fill the role quickly, the sales experts really advise against rushing and settling.
Don't hire out of desperation.
Exactly. A strategic, patient approach tends to yield better results in the long run, even if it feels painful short term.
Okay, let's try and boil this down. Some key actionable insights for everyone listening. Takeaway number 1, straight from the sales experts. Before you even think about searching.
Get laser focused.
Yes, define the absolute must-have skills and experience for that role, that upfront clarity. It's crucial for targeting efficiently and, ultimately, driving sales success.
Key takeaway number 2, leverage your networks. All of them.
Internal team.
Industry contact.
And those specialized recruiters.
Right. These routes can unlock hidden talent pools, the ones standard job postings miss. It gives you a real competitive edge.
Good point. And key takeaway number 3. Remember, competitive compensation isn't just salary.
It's the whole picture.
Evaluate the entire package: salary, benefits, growth paths. Make sure it's genuinely compelling for the high-caliber people you need for, well, sustainable sales success.
So as you're thinking about those challenging sales roles you need to fill, maybe pause and consider, how could you bring more precision to your job descriptions? How could you maybe more actively engage your network or explore those specialist recruitment options?
Good questions to ask. And look, to dive even deeper into these kinds of strategies from the sales experts and really equip yourself to build that high-performing team.
Check out their resources.
Yeah, we definitely recommend exploring their resources online. There's a lot more detail there.
And ultimately, just remember this. The rigor, the strategic thinking you put into defining and filling these really critical sales roles,
Yeah.
that will directly impact your organization's long-term growth, its competitive edge. So the final thought is really a question for you, the listener. What specific action will you take today to make sure you're attracting the absolute best sales talent out there?